Hello, guys. This is Abby, and I wanted to tell you of a dream that I had some months ago. And I'm hoping that this will bring clarity concerning what's happening, especially a spiritual clarity concerning just the atmosphere that we're in this season. And in the dream, it was a celebrity, a really, really famous celebrity. I won't say who she was because I feel like, dreams are symbolic. And the point is not the person or even sometimes the things that happen in dreams are basically symbolic. So the point is not the celebrity, the point is the message of the dream. But anyways, I won't say who she was, but she's really, really well known internationally. And she was in a building that looked like a church, but it wasn't a church. There was a pulpit in front, and there was, just the church pews where the people were sitting, but it wasn't a church. It's weird. I don't really quite fully know how to explain it, but I knew it wasn't a church. But it's like she was preaching. She was standing up there. It was like she was preaching, but she was not really preaching. It was like a different type of a church, basically. And what happened was that she was talking about, just different things she had gone through. One thing that I realized about her is that she was fake. Everything she was saying, it was not real. It's like she knew how to draw out the emotions of the people, and the people, would some of them would start crying, and it's like she knew how to draw out emotions from people. But it's like what she was saying, it was a lie. I could tell, like I was seated there, but it's like I could see through her. I could see through what she was saying. But anyways, it seemed as though everybody, in the crowd was just completely taken by her, and was completely just, basically buying everything she was saying. But anyway, she was dressed in this dress, and it was modest, but at the same time, it wasn't. It's just the weirdest thing. This dream was really weird because it's like it was both sides. Like, it's like the dress was like really revealing, but it was modest at the same time. So it's almost like a two-faced type of a situation, where something seems like it is, but it's not. Like it's fake. It's not real. It's like it's hidden. Like it's almost like a lie. But anyways, it just, the whole thing, the whole atmosphere and, what she was doing up there, it just seemed like she was just fake, but she was trying to present something that people would believe, but it was fake. It was not real. So anyways, I had come to the meeting. I don't even know why in the world I was in that meeting, but anyways, there was somebody seated next to me, and she was an older woman. She was like a mother, and this mother, I guess I'd come with her, and all of a sudden she stood up and she started saying, "You're a liar, you're a liar." And I was so embarrassed because I'd come with this woman. And so I'm thinking, oh my goodness, please stop, because, everybody's is looking at her, because she's, drawing this attention to herself. And I'm thinking, oh my God, okay, I'm gonna shut her up. Okay, we just need to go. So anyways, she started saying, "You are a liar, you are a liar." And then she started saying, she said what? "It's over." She started basically saying it's over. And so I got up to basically try to stop her from just interrupting the whole meeting or whatever it was. And the moment that I stood up, I was about to grab her hand and tell her, "Stop, let's just go, let's just leave this place." And right before I did that, it's like in my heart, I knew that she was prophesying. I don't know how I knew, but I just knew she was prophesying, and I knew that what she was trying to say, it was important. So I let go of her immediately because I realized that, wait a minute, she's prophesying. I can't interfere with this. And so she started basically prophesying, "It is over. It is over. Like this is coming to an end." And she's calling the celebrity, "You're fake. You're fake." Then all of a sudden, what happened is that we ended up being in this other room. It's like everything changed, and we were in this room, and all of a sudden this celebrity changed. Like even what she was wearing, it just changed. And she pointed her finger, and on her finger there was this sharp pointed gold thing. Like I don't know how to describe it. It seemed like an ornament or something. And she pointed that ornament at the woman, and the very moment she pointed that ornament to the mother, the one who was prophesying, it's like gold stuff came out from that ornament, and it was being released against the prophet, or the woman who was prophesying. And so what happened is that I started praying immediately, because I was like, oh my goodness, what in the world is going on? I started praying immediately, and the very moment I started praying, that gold stuff, it basically reverted and went back to the celebrity, and it killed her. And I woke up from the dream thinking, oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just killed this person. Well, I didn't really kill that person. But what happened is that what she was trying to kill the prophetic woman with basically reverted back to her, and it killed her. And so when I woke up from the dream, I asked the Holy Spirit to help me understand what that dream meant. In my heart, I knew it was a dream from God, but I wanted to understand what the message was, and I wanted to have clarity concerning, what my part was. Should I pray concerning this, and what exactly should I pray concerning? And what I realized was that the prophetic woman in the dream, she had brought an end to the flow of deception. Because if you really kind of think about the dream, we were in a fake church. It wasn't a real church, but it looked like a church. And the celebrity was not a real preacher, but she was acting like a preacher in a way. In the congregation, it's like they were interacting, kind of like, when you're in the church, the congregation is saying amen, they're shaking their head, it was that sort of interaction. And so it's almost as if like that was a pulpit meant to release a false message. Just the purpose of that pulpit was to release a deceptive message, even upon the people that were listening to it. And when the prophetic woman rose up, what she did is she broke that flow, number one. And number two, she prophesied the end of that deception. She was saying, it is over, it is over, it is over. And so what happened was that we went into the other room, like I said, and the real true colors of the celebrity, came out. And it's like she had power that did not make sense. It's like she was not the sweet person that she was in the fake church, but it's like the real her came out, and the real powers and everything. It's like it came out, and she was basically trying to kill the prophetic woman. And what I really believe the prophetic woman represents are the people that are involved in the truth movement, especially. Because I remember when the woman rose up to prophesy, I was so embarrassed. I kept thinking, oh my goodness, everybody's looking at us like we're crazy. Like I was trying to, get her out of there before people started talking, and, before, she got in trouble. So anyways, I was just so embarrassed. And I think that some of the people involved in the truth movement, what they say, it might seem so far-fetched. It might seem like, oh my goodness, what in the world is this? But I believe that there are some, not all, but there are some in the truth movement that have a genuine message from God, and they are simply trying to bring an end to the deception in the culture. And I believe that even as those people have been releasing their purpose, and they've been, moving in alignment with that purpose, I believe that there's also a different purpose to bring the end, to bring an end to their voice, to silence them and to stop them from doing what they're doing. And I believe that just like in the dream, when I rose up, it's like it just clicked. All throughout the whole dream, I was a spectator. I was just kind of watching what was happening. But it's like at that moment when that attack happened, it's just something rose up in me. It's like I just knew to pray immediately. And when I started praying, the gold stuff went back to the celebrity, and it killed her. And I believe with all of my heart that there are people that are being positioned right now that are rising up, that are going, to stand in defense, and who are going to kind of move into a higher level and going into the next phase of bringing an end to the deception in our society. And I guess the last thing I'm going to say is the story of the Jewish people being destroyed, or the plot that Haman had to destroy the Jewish people during the times of Esther. And the Bible tells us that Haman built a gallows that was meant to kill the Jewish people, but instead of that, that very weapon that he had fashioned to kill the people of God, it actually ended up being used against him. And I believe that this is a biblical principle, that when the enemy rises up against the people of God, that God, he turns it around, and he makes whatever it is the enemy is trying to release against the people of God, be released against the enemy and against his kingdom. And I believe that we are in a season that the people of God that have been prepared to take their positions, it's time for them to take their positions, and it's time for them to basically fulfill whatever purpose that they were created to fulfill. That I believe that the people in the truth movement have been a part of the purpose, but there's another portion of the purpose that needs to be fulfilled, and other people need to rise up to complement that purpose. And I hope this encourages, especially people that are being attacked. Don't fight in the flesh, don't fight in the physical, because the battle is not in the physical. It might seem like like the attack is coming from this specific person or that specific group or whatever, but the power comes from the spiritual realm. And so what I can advise any person in the truth movement, facing some sort of an attack, what I can advise them is, get on your knees and pray. Just fight it out in the spirit, because the weapon that is being used against you is not a physical weapon, but it's a spiritual weapon. And I hope this is encouraging. And I hope this causes the prayer warriors to rise up and to just stand in the gap concerning what's happening in the nation, even at this season. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to my dream. If you have any comments or questions, or if you have some sort of a confirmation, maybe you have been sensing kind of a similar thing, let me know in the comments below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be sharing more about the spiritual realm and how to navigate that world. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.